Hi guys, gonna practice some Photoshop. As you can see, stream starting. Boop! There's the failed derp Buckethead. On the right, we will be looking at a lot of more Bucketheady things as I practice with Photoshop. Goal for today is to make a black and white version, which I already started. But I'll show you in a sec. Here, let me put it together. Original Buckethead. Right. So. Alright, so this is my Buckethead. The original one, nice and big. What I'm trying to do is take the color out and make it a black and white version, which so far, is pretty messy. So this is what I ended up as black and white, but if you look really close, there's a lot of different tones in here. Like, there's black, then there's dark gray, then there's some mid grays, then there's light grays, then there's some whites in there. It's like, there's way too many variants. If you're making like a black and white thing, you need to make like black, white, gray. And maybe one tone of gray or two tones of gray, not like 87 of them. So here's what I've been working on. I tried to separate the different layers of stuff. So like there's a, this was my change the, here, this is my original. This is the change it to 3 different tones of black and white. White, the black, and the gray in the middle. But it's really messy looking. So then I separated the black versus gray versus white. Here's the black. And you can see it's not clean. Ugly edges and stuff. So I have to fix that. That's what we're going to do today. There's the gray, which also needs to be cleaned up. And then the white. So hopefully by the time it's all cleaned up, I'll fix the edges and make sure that there's no clear pixels or see-through pixels. Like, zoom in real close, right? This gray and this black don't actually meet up. There's invisible see-through pixels along this border. So that's something that's got to be fixed. Okay, so I feel like this stream's gonna be super quiet just because I'm gonna get all focused and stuff, but that's okay. I just feel like streaming. I don't know if anybody's gonna learn anything, but hey, something to do. Alright, so I have this ugly ass purple background, magenta background, to help me see what. It's not actually gonna be a part of the Buckethead, but it really helps visually point out where some of the gray got stuck to the black, so I can erase the gray stuff. I'm almost wondering, should I skip this step and just add black? Just up the lines like this. Oops, by adding instead of taking away. That might actually be the smartest decision ever. Because like, I'm giving myself so much extra work here by erasing and then adding. Might as well just add in the beginning and then clean up whatever's left. Yeah. So, okay, that'll That'll work. We'll make the lines a little bit thicker and I'll cover up any of the gray stuff. Something I don't like. Anyway, alright, put the purple back on, pick up the black that's here, make sure it's the exact. You will airbrush style? No. Oh, I like that. It's way more solid of a line. Less blurry edges. That's probably way better. So happy Friday, everyone. I am so relieved to not have to wake up at whatever in the morning and drive my ass to work in a frozen cold in the dark. It's so nice to just not have to worry about. Because apparently my workplace has become an infinite hellscape of doom and misery. A lot of my colleagues are just so sad or angry or upset or just all of the above. Because I like them, it'll be nice to have a break from their complaining. And I'll tell you, no one is happy in either building, but the high school is just miserable. Tiberius! What are you doing? Happy Friday. I am fixing up stuff I messed up a long time ago. Finally getting around to it. My little Photoshop mess. You. I so love that you have a little hedgehog badge. That makes me so happy. I'm working on my Buckethead emote. It's one you have already, but I'm trying to make a black and white version. It's alright. Right now, the lines are all like screwy, so I'm trying to like clean them up and smooth them out again. I'll tell you, it's because I'm not a Photoshop expert, like I don't really know what I'm doing. That's the one, you got it. I definitely take way more time than like the average person. I feel like if I knew all the tools and tips and tricks that everyone else knows, I'd be like flying through this project. But I don't. What are you up to, Tiberius? Are you having a good day? I say mine's like pretty average, but I'll take it. Average is acceptable. Also, feel free to not answer anything. I just tend to put people on the spot a little bit too long, so sorry about that if it's annoying to keep typing. Chaos time! No way. Are you guys hanging out right now? I can't remember. Are you... You two are IRL friends, right? No, he lit... Jello! You need to behave! That is no way to talk to Tiberius. I can't believe you would dare. Stop it. I feel like this is one of those whoever smelt it dealt it kind of things. So anytime you call someone lame, you're just calling yourself lame, bro. Can't believe you would do that. Okay, so you are IRL friends. I am lame. Oh, you can be lame together. That's adorable. If lame was a Chad Genji player. I feel like I had a Genji dream recently. I don't know if it's real or if my brain's just like filling in blanks, but I really think I had a Genji dream that I just don't remember. Do you ever have Overwatch dreams? I feel like that's going too far. I'm really losing it if that's what we're up to right now, is having Overwatch dreams. Probably. Oh my god, was that last night we were playing? Shit, that was last night. Right? I streamed yesterday, right? God, 2 days in a row. Look at that. It's been like 1 month and then a stream and then 1 month and then a stream, but look, I think I can do 2 in a row. I kind of want to play again. You guys playing sometime tonight? I can guarantee you Setsu's abandoning me so he can go play Apex. He's been jonesing to play all day. He offered to hang out, but I'm gonna let him play his game. He really wanted to. I'll hang out with you. Got so pixely and there's like these practically invisible but really impossible silver pixels that got in here. It's just really screwing everything up. I can see it. Like right here in this circle. But I'll delete it. Yeah. Any of them. I'm just gonna make Buckethead thick. She's gonna be because you got banned and lost all your cool stuff you paid money for? Is that what you're talking about? That really stinks. You know, when I really think about it, that you got banned just for playing the game, it kind of blows my mind. They are some bitches. Shit, I clicked allow. Now people can come in here and call me bitches. Damn it. I gotta disallow it later. They are some bitches, though. I can't believe you hate mailed them. That was too far. Oh no! But the thing is, you can actually still play it. Like, Acid is banned for life because he just keeps making accounts he's IP banned. But Jello is not IP banned. He's just being stubborn at this point. Just saying. Hey, Star Fox! Are you still lurking around Twitch doing, like, secret stuff? I'm trying to fix my Buckethead. I want to make a black and white version so I can make, like, business cards or something. I've been wanting to make business cards since year one, and I didn't have any emotes. And then I made Buckethead, but then I realized it's not something that would even print that well, or probably would be really expensive to print because there's so many colors. And I've been working on this like since forever, but I haven't really put much progress into it. Black and white version. I had to fix all these damn lines. There's black, there's gonna be gray midtones, and then white tones. The purple is just so I can see what I'm doing. Acid is banned from Apex, and Jello is banned from Apex for two different reasons, but according to Apex Legends, it's the same reason. So Acid is banned from Apex because he was using like cheats and like computer assist in order to like kill everyone. And Jello was banned because their what is it? Their like AI system for reporting just identified Jello as a cheater and auto banned him and then wouldn't undo it. but Jello was just playing really well. So, yeah. You can appeal it. And so Jello was doing appeals, but they kept denying it, saying, like, no, you're just cheating. Go away. It's actually kind of wild. And it sucks too because, like, at least for in Jello's case, he spent money on like loot boxes and stuff. So that account is now locked forever. You can open it. You can go into, I think, the training ground, if I'm correct. Jello. And that's it though. Like you can just shooty shoot in the training ground, I think. But you can't actually play any of the game modes. Someone called you gay? Oh, you denied nudes as payment for a computer? What the hell? I swear, you get into the most bizarre predicaments. It must be like a Derp Squad thing that we just run into trouble constantly. Jello getting banned for playing a game. Starbucks getting called gay for not accepting nudes as payment. What in the world? That's alright. I like dudes too. They okay. I wouldn't take it too personally, Starbucks. Do you even know this person? I'm guessing they just popped into your stream and was like, give me stuff. Or did they pop into your DMs first with the nudes? That might be more fun. I can't even imagine. I wonder who here would do things for nudes. I think if someone sent me nudes, I'd be like, yawn. Because I went to art school and stuff and like took classes where it was figure drawing. So every day there'd be like a model who'd come in, strip, and then pose, and we'd draw them nude. Like, who cares? You've only been called gay twice in your life? I think you need to get out more. That's a sign of like reclusiveness or something. Don't men get called gay like all the time? Oh, just on Twitch. No, I don't know. I'm kind of kidding, but like I know it's a thing where people are like gay, like just all the time, just joking with each other, or seriously, I don't know. Seems to be a big issue, being called gay. Mixer. Oh my gosh, I forgot about Mixer. You're playing Overwatch and people call you an N-word? How do they even know that you're black? Or are they just calling you that like haphazardly? Just because people like to yell that? That's unreal. I don't think anyone's ever called me the N-word. But I don't use like chat. People don't even know anything about me. Your profile's on Xbox as a banana, so people think you're a black man? What? Oh, okay. If you're in voice, yeah. You can definitely tell people's race through their voice, just through genetics. At least if you have a musical ear. Like, sometimes I get it wrong, but I usually don't. You gotta listen. You've been called a commie. Acid, do you have any communistic, like, icons on your profile? Hi, darling. How are you? Yeah, Starbucks, that's so random. Huh. I'm wondering... Maybe it's because of all the Russian you use. Or your name being in Russian. Are you talking about Overwatch? Like in your account that's literally written in Russian? Because at least in the United States, people tend to associate... Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, anything that's in Russian, Americans associate that stupidly with communism, even though there's plenty of countries that are communistic. Or communist. Why did I keep making up words? Just Overwatch. Well, I guess Overwatch is a special breed of derp. I don't know what to tell you guys. It sounds really bizarre just thinking about it. Like, how do they know? I said, are you communist? Where do they get these things from? Acid, we were just talking about you actually. The theme of Apex Legends came up because I was saying Setsu was probably gonna play it, and then Jello was saying how he was banned, and we were like, yeah, Acid got super duper banned. Wait, you're not a communist, derp? I don't know. You can't tell me what I am. Broken English. I don't get. See, I'm not sure what people are thinking when they hear your accent, Acid. Your English is really good. But you do have an accent that sounds like you're not from the United States. But I don't think it. To me, it doesn't sound Russian. But I guess that's because I know people from Northern Europe. Even though I know we've established Finland, oh my god, is not in Scandinavia. But like Norway and Denmark are still close by. I feel like you have an accent similar to theirs. People are dumbasses. Nordic! Thank you. I used to use Nordic and I stopped using Nordic because people were telling me, oh, just say Scandinavian. But now Scandinavian is not quite exactly where you are. So I just got confused. I was like, near Scandinavia. Because Nordic, isn't that kind of like a antiquity? Like, isn't that something that people used to say but they don't really say anymore? Or is that technically the correct term? I think I'm just confusing myself, overthinking it at this point. But I'd love some insight. I'll be doing this line fixing thing for the rest of my life. Holy shit. I'm excited though. I could definitely living fixing lines. I'm so good at it. Kidding, by the way. Okay. Oh my god. No. Hmm. What about Norse? That's just Norway, right? I know Norwegian is definitely Norway, but I don't know what Norse is. Maybe that's where I messed up. I think Norse is the oldest unused term. Present term? Big Dad! Hey, you. I saw you notice my tweet. I swear Poketube bot did that on purpose. Happy Friday! How's regular size mom doing? Since he's looking at me like the fuck. That's his wife. No, no. It's Big Dad and regular size mom. Oh. I don't know where they got the names from. That's just what they got. Quarantine? Why the fuck are you in quarantine? Who do I gotta beat up for walking around your house with COVID? I don't know. The child tested positive. Oh no, is she okay? I'm guessing since you're out of quarantine, everything's alright, but holy shit. Acid, you're awesome. Look at that. So Nordic includes Finland, Sweden, or Nordic is adjective, right? Includes people of Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Iceland, Greenland, and the Faroe Islands. Yeah, because Iceland is owned by Denmark. Or no. Wait a minute. Greenland and Faroe Islands are owned by Denmark. And then Iceland is independent, right? Yeah, Scandinavia is Sweden, Norway, Denmark. Okay, I'm with you. Yeah, Iceland's independent. Ponyo! Oh, that's such a good film. I think I read somewhere that she likes Totoro and Kiki's Delivery Service. Ponyo's the new one, huh? Starbucks, you gonna explain or what? You always leave in half-assed finished sentences in my chat, and I never know what's going on. But I would love to know. Oh, and Spirited Away. They're so colorful. I'd imagine that she probably really liked those. Are you watching them in English or in Japanese and just letting her enjoy the visuals? Estonia? I don't know if a country can join an adjective. Like, now I want to look it up. But is Estonia is in the European Union already, right? So politically, they're already kind of involved with each other. But like Nordic just describes, like, you know, this set of countries and the people within them fall within a similar culture, which is called Nordic. I can't imagine an entire country just suddenly having a different culture. I see Star Fox. Okay. I wasn't sure where you were going. You had spent a few minutes between when you said the first thing and the last thing, and I was like, I'm not sure if he's still on the same topic or if he was responding to somebody else. Sorry about that, Star Fox. I just got confused. Estonia is Little Finland? I did not know that. I know there's a lot of people going back and forth, like for work or shopping. I almost don't know anything about Estonia. I know nothing about Estonia culturally except for what you and Rainbow have told me. Starbucks, no! Oh my god, every time. I have like a YouTube video playlist of Star Fox just causing trouble. It's becoming too much. What? You guys have the same national anthem? Like the same song, different words? That's ridiculous. Alright, they might as well be Nordic then. What the heck? That's really funny. Do you guys have problems with each other over that? Like, do you make fun of Estonians or joke about it? I feel like if that happened to us, we would definitely joke about it. That sounds ridiculous. Yeah. Good. I wonder who came up with that idea. Can't imagine like stealing someone's national anthem, like a whole ass country's song. Just make your own song. God damn. Okay. I'm gonna do the bigger stuff first, like the edge of this whole face, as opposed to like up here in the hair. Because that's gonna be work. Changing all the sizes of the brushes that I'm using and all that stuff. Oops. I'm trying to just clean up the lines without changing the shapes. What do you mean I wouldn't let you go? I don't know, Jello. I'm definitely in chillin' mode. Today's the first day I did not have a panic attack all week at work. I literally had one every single day I went to work this week, except for today. So I'm proud of myself, but I'm still exhausted. I want to play today, but right now I'm definitely really excited to just be doing what I'm doing right now. Yeah, Overwatch can definitely change that. No, I don't think I get panic attacks playing video games. Usually if I have a panic attack while playing a video game, it's because it was already coming and I was trying to play the video game to like, you know, maybe forget that it was gonna happen. Because like I get really jittery and it's like it takes a while for it to get to like maximum panic and then pass. It's fun. Yep. Starbucks, you gotta know by now, I'm slow in the uptake. People, especially my family members, have been making fun of me about stuff like that since the beginning of my very existence. Gotta roll with it. Are you and Tiberius together? Maybe we can all play at the same time, like later tonight. 7. I thought it was later. Where's my raccoon? Give me my raccoon. Oh, he's already playing. Yellow, you got left behind? What the heck? Because you called him lame. Can't believe you. Alright, what the fuck did I just do? That's better. He's just online doing nothing. Oh my god, Acid, that's terrible. It sounds like you're talking from experience. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, in the last year and a half, I kind of haven't gone to places like that for that very reason. Except the only difference is I'm lucky Setsu's around to kind of pick up the slack when I can't handle things. He's been awesome going to stores and taking Cora out and like interacting with people that I can't handle. Talking about you? Yeah, I'm saying how awesome you are. For real. Mm-hmm. He's like, are you talking about me? He's over there immersed in his Yu-Gi-Oh, like taking pictures and like making eBay listings. Wait, do I have a command over here? No, I don't. Setsu? Nah, he ain't got shit. That's funny. Sorry. I guess the only person who can promote themselves in the channel is me. Okay. Huh. Yeah, there's one of my students who has really bad panic attacks. She's someone who I haven't met before this year. I've taught her older sister, who is like 2 years older, I think. And so I know the family a little bit. They're super smart, super friendly, very like good at being like gentle leaders. I really enjoy working with these students. But the one girl, she's in my beginner French class this year, and she's just like losing it. And I feel so bad because I am not able to help her break out of the panic. She just has to spend enough time kind of working through it herself to come back to normal. I wish I could help because I know what it's like. But she's got to do all the hard work. Crazy though. It's been like almost every day. Like I'll teach class and she does the morning announcements before class, and like we all see her on the TV and stuff, and then class starts and she doesn't come over. Like she's already having a panic attack right after like the announcements. It stinks. Cause then she'll like miss half the class or 3/4 or just about all of it. She'll like stay with the band teacher or the other music teacher or with the guidance counselor. Just somewhere calm where she can like work on it. And it stinks because she's really good at French too. Like the class really needs her sometimes. I'll be like, what's going on? And she's the one always answering the questions like, oh, I know. She can explain everything. It's really cool. It's been pretty fun being back in the classroom. I have to say, I do still like working with students and teaching them things and like activating their brains a little bit. It's definitely a fight in the beginning and by fight, I don't mean like I'm fighting with the students, but I'm fighting with their habits. A lot of them are used to just showing up to school and not having to do anything but watch and listen. And in my class, you gotta talk in French, you gotta do all kinds of shit. And they're like, oh my god, what? I have to participate in order to learn things? Fuck. Fail fight students? Fuck yeah. You should have seen the shiner on this one kid. Knocked him right out. Actually, it's funny. I have a Twitch hoodie that I picked up at TwitchCon. The last TwitchCon this earth has ever seen, technically. Yeah, 2019. It was really fun. I'm so glad that we made it. But I've got a Twitch hoodie and I wear it to work all the time because my students, especially the middle schoolers, they're like, oh my god, do you stream? Who's your favorite streamer? Oh my god, you know what Twitch is? I'm like, yeah, bro, it's on the internet. It's public domain. You know? Like, anyone can just type in the URL and still have access. It's not like only 13-year-olds are able to view. Like, the fuck? Like all my 8th graders, they're like 13, 14. A couple of them are 12. And they like go bonkers. So, you know, it's fun. I like to wear it because I get such a huge reaction from them. I mean, internally, maybe? Hello? I don't know. Yeah, Twitch is social media. Definitely. It's not a traditional social media, but it is absolutely a social media. I mean, we're chatting. We're in live time. We interact. That's all social media is. It's interacting. Absolutely. So, yeah, they're all over it. They, a couple years ago, used to be all about Fortnite. I don't really know what the kids are watching right now. I've kind of just been like, I like to be sly about the Twitch thing. If I make it into a big deal, then they make it into a big deal and then it blows like way out of proportion and I'm not able to like control the room. or what or how kids choose to talk about. So that could cause issues like that might gain attention of my bosses and they'll be like, what are you wearing? That's not professional. You shouldn't wear that to work, and all this stupid shit that like has nothing to do with anything. But if the kids get too excited, you know, they might want to prevent that from being reality by telling me just to not wear Twitch stuff anymore or like try to wear anything the kids might get excited over. It's stupid to say, but like that's really how it is at my work right now. So I like to be discreet about it, be like, yeah, you know me, the French teacher, yeah, she's pretty cool. She knows what Twitch is. And just kind of like leave it at that. I mean, terms of service are 13 and up, Acid. So, as long as you're 13 years old, legally, the United States government says we don't care. We have this law that says anyone who is 12 years old or younger is required to have basically digital privacy. It's their digital right to have their information not be spread on the internet. So no names, no ages, no identifications. They're supposed to be able to just have a profile attached to, like, if they make an account, they're supposed to be able to have a profile that's like based on their parents' information and doesn't have their own information, or just like an anonymous one. But yeah, once you reach 13, companies and websites or whatever, they can start to take your information here. Tiberius, did you ever get to see their streams? I'm really curious about that. Tybee. Cause like my stream, I was listed as 18 and up because then I can curse and not worry about like small children showing up in here and being like, oh my god, I can't believe you said that. That's not appropriate. And I also don't want them to tell anyone in the community the things that complain about. God forbid they like tattle on me or something. I don't think I'd actually get in like actual trouble because I don't ever say anyone's real name and I don't actually slander them. I just kind of tell it like it is. But still, someone could not like that and then complain and then try to find ways to get me in trouble. And since I'm not very well liked at work, that might be successful and it's not worth the risk. Oh my god, you actually got to see it. Dude, what was it? Did they stream video games? I know some music teachers stream like playing instruments and stuff. Or like jamming out. I'd love to know. Yeah, actually, Jello, it scared the shit out of me. I recognized the voice of one of my students while we were playing Overwatch. This kid whose French name was Guy. Spelled G-U-Y. Like Guy. The French version is Guy. And this kid Guy, I was like, holy shit, it's Guy. So I started speaking French in the chat and or maybe in comms, I can't remember. And he was like, oh my god, it's me. Is it really you? Oh my god, it's really you. I don't know what possessed me to like say something, but I did. So now he like has me friended on Overwatch. But for whatever reason, he hasn't pieced it together what my Twitch is. So, because I guarantee you, if he ever finds my Twitch, he would be like, oh my god, hey, mademoiselle, remember me? It's me, the student who found you on Overwatch. And that hasn't happened yet, so I'm good. But of all people, I wouldn't be worried of that one. He was a really good student, and I think he really liked working together with me, even though I only taught him for like half a year before I went on leave of absence. Some kids you can just tell, like, you're safe or they're safe with you kind of thing. Like you're not going to have any issues. They're not going to like say weird lies to try and get you fired because they don't like you or anything like that. Because that happens a lot where kids will be like, my teacher gives me an F just because they don't like me. My teacher hates me. Or they'll be like, oh, my teacher's a pedophile. And you're like, whoa. And then like legally you have to look into that, so then like there's an investigation and everything. It sucks. It's so stressful to have to prove that you don't freaking touch kids. It's the worst thing ever, because like you just want to be a good person and teach classes and get to know everybody and like be a positive influence in the community, and then like some asshole kid is like, oh, I don't like this teacher, I'm gonna try and ruin her life. So this kid I'm not worried about stuff like that with, but I'm definitely worried about stuff like that with some of my other students. Not many of them obviously, but you never know. Magic the Gathering still streams. That's really cool. What class did he teach? Was it like an elementary one or like a high school where they teach a specific course? Acid, what? I'm rereading it. I've read it. I'm rereading it. I'm trying to understand. That person sounds like they were tripped out on acid. Isn't LSD what we call acid? Band director, hell yeah. Dude, it's always the band teachers that are so cool. Everyone loves the band teachers. Did you play trumpet? Might have the wrong person. I know DC played trumpet. What did you play, Ty? I played the flute. And then that was for like most of band. But then for marching band, I played the piccolo, which is like the miniature flute. And then for jazz band, I really didn't want to, but my band director was like, you can't play fucking flute in jazz unless you're like the soloist. You gotta learn saxophone. So I played tenor saxophone in jazz band. It was fun. What? Acid, why not? Dude, music teachers are usually so fun. At least ones around here. Like one of the reasons why I chose to teach was because of inspiration from my own band teacher from high school. Just a great dude. I liked how helpful he was to us. And I wanted to be like that. I wanted to be able to help the young people survive their youth. Yo, Tony, what's going on? I'm cleaning up this train wreck of a file right now. It's so tedious, but we're having a good conversation. Tony, did you take band class? That's our current topic, is whether or not we think our band teachers were cool. Acid, who's over in Finland, says his band teacher sucked, but I thought mine was great. You did? What did you do? What did you play? Percussion? Brass? Fourth grade band teacher was the coolest? Damn. That must have left an impression. Holy shit. Oh, choir teacher. Oh wait, no. Your band director. Okay, so Tiberius' band director was the streamer, and then he did choir. I see, I see. His name was Mr. Trumpiano? That kind of just looks like small trump. Or trumpet piano. What? Dude, I fucking called it. You seem like a percussion guy. That's so funny. Oh, I'm so sorry you had to be stuck on a clarinet when you wanted to smash things. That's messed up. Oh my god. How did you end up liking clarinet after all that? Those freaking squeaky things. It's so terrible. I like clarinets just for reference, but I don't want to play them. You hate it? Oh no. So I'm guessing you didn't stick with it? You poor thing. Acid doesn't like his band teacher or music teacher because he didn't like Bob Marley. That's really funny. Wait, string bass Acid? Like The one that you have, what, 4 strings on? There's a couple of different basses. There's like bass saxophone, bass clarinet. Wow, that's torture, Tony. Holy shit. I can't believe that. Oh, electric bass. That's really neat. Wow, I didn't realize we had so many musicians in here. Or musical people. I feel like I'm trying to wonder. I don't think Star Fox said he did band. That's it. Did you do band? But you kind of wanted to, right? You wanted to play piano, and then your mom was like, "That's too girly."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I took it.
Show class in university. I liked my piano teacher too. Our school had a really good program for that, I feel like.
In state college. I didn't.
Logotic Spy, hello, hello. It's nice to see you, hear from you. Another clarinet player? I don't know. I mean, playing musical instruments, it comes with muscle memory. So even if you don't fully remember, you probably remember how to hold the instrument properly, you know? And you might remember some more than you think, just from muscle memory. You get a beginner violin, acid. All different kinds. Get like a really cheap one. I mean, you have time for it now, right? You're not taking classes anymore. Where's my pen? There we go. How you doing, Logotic Spy? I said, what is that? I don't recognize that word. Did this? Oh, kind of looks lumpy though. Scroll in! What the heck? My scrolly button broke. How do I zoom in now? What? It. And then close it. Open it again. Can I open now? There we go. That was weird. Doing good. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. It's really cool that you played clarinet though. I played the flute, which is pretty similar. Except the way you put it together is different. Like, I think clarinet's 4 pieces. Mouthpiece, and then like the head joint, then the top half and the bottom half, and then the bell. Yeah, clarinet's got 5 pieces. The flute only has 3. Head, the body, and the foot. Which is kind of strange to me, the way they have its anatomy explained. Top, middle, bottom. A kantele is a Finnish instrument. Where's my browser? Maybe we can look it up. I apologize for probably pronouncing it not very accurately. Images. Whoa! That's cool. It looks like a bird. I like it. Oh, that's a big one. Where do you get your lessons from, Tiberius? Like a private tutor? I really like these. Okay. I was about to say, it's kind of funny because from all these pictures so far, it looks like every single one of them is made from the exact same kind of tree. Wood. Generally all the same color. This is the only one that's different so far. They're pretty big. Huh. All different sizes. That's really cool. It kind of looks like a guitar in a way, but also a reminds me of a dulcimer, a hammer dulcimer. There's a lot of instruments that look like this, where there's like a bunch of strings. This one, obviously, you use hammers to play instead of your fingers, but it kind of reminds me of the kantele. Kantele. Oh, I wish I knew how to say it. Made from birch, that makes sense. Yeah, because they're really light colored. Tree. Birch. Hey, you called it. Finland's national epic, Kalevala, the mage Vainamoinen makes the first kantele from the jawbone of a giant pike. Apparently it needs to be made out of a fish. And a few hairs from Hisi. The music it makes draws all the forest creatures near to wonder at its beauty. Ah. After grieving at the loss of his kantele, Voinamoinen makes another one from birch, strung with the hair of a willing maiden, and its magic proves equally profound. Alright, this one's made out of birch and bitches, guys. Let's go! That's so funny. Okay, have fun with your movie. Let me know if you had a good time. Yeah, okay. That sounds good, Jello. I'll probably be a while just fixing up my shitty ass drawing. But yeah, I'd love to play. Might be for a while. It said I typed too fast. Oh, I didn't realize I had anything. You know, maybe Twitch added some security measures since there's all that spam recently. Sorry about that. It is the gift the eternal mage leaves behind when he departs Kaleva at the advent of Christianity. That is such a cool legend. He made a musical instrument that's magical from birch and bitches. It's a Twitch thing? Yeah. Okay. Well, in theory, I'd say you can type as fast as you want, but I know it's just simply not gonna let you. Enjoy your movie, darlings. I hope you have a good night. I'll definitely catch you around. Alright, now I gotta see what a... Agodic spy? What? That looks like a form of clarinet. Maui Zephoon? Oh, so it's from Hawaii? Oh, it's a saxophone. What? Hey, should's a pretty big word, Lagodic spy. Only do it if you want to. You know? There's no should. Just whatever makes you feel good. Tiny size, awesome sound. Oh, it's bamboo. Huh. So it's from Hawaii then, right? Or doesn't tell shit. Wow, they're affordable. Pocket sax. But where? From? has 2 octaves, overblows at the 12th like a clarinet. Okay. Bamboo. Only from the 70s. Hawaiian saxophonist. Okay, okay. We good there. I'm following along because saxophones and flutes are practically the same instrument. It's just that one is vertical and one is horizontal. And one is really big and made of brass, and the other is much smaller and made of nickel and silver. But like all the keys on a saxophone and all the keys on the flute, they're almost exactly the same. There's like a couple things that your pinky does, each one's different, and like the thumb has a couple of different things. But like all your 8 fingers pretty much do the same thing. Like if you want to make a C, you put down your first pointer finger on your left hand and your pinky on your right hand, and that's a C. If you want a D, you put down all of your fingers except for your pinkies and your first your pointer on your left. Even your thumb goes down. Like that's a D on both instruments, the flute and the sax. All the saxes. So it's cool that the saxophonist made basically a flute. That's really cool. I've never heard of this though. Lagai Expire, are you from Maui? Or Hawaii? I know that's a kind of ridiculous assumption, but like, I don't know. I do know of a lot of exotic instruments, and that is just not on my list. Fun. Blah blah blah. Zayfun. That. Okay, that's really cool too. My cousins. Oh, that reminds me of my cousins. I have 2 female cousins who, oops, wrong button. We're super into music, and also my family as a whole is really into learning about other cultures than the ones that we belong to. And I don't know, somehow those 2 ideas just got fused together for my cousins, and they ended up like collecting instruments from other cultures. So like they learned to play, my one cousin learned how to play the Scottish bagpipe, and and they both learned how to play the flute. I think I inspired that because I'm older than them, and they were like copying me, like, "Oh, Derp, we miss you, but we played the flute like you do." You know, they were cute kid stuff. But then it just like got out of hand. Like everyone in the family started gifting them like instruments from faraway places, and it was really cool. They had quite the collection. I wonder if they even have Zayfun. Yeah, that mouthpiece is with the reed. It looks a lot like the clarinet. With the yeah, because I think reeds are made out of bamboo. The vibrating part. That was something that I had to really get used to when I was trying to learn saxophone. Is the reed, because like in the flute, you don't have to put anything in your mouth. Like you literally just put the instrument next to you and rest it on your lip, and you just blow air across the flute. You don't even blow air inside the flute like most other instruments. You just blow a steady stream of air right across the top of it, and it just swirls around through the rest of the pipe. But like, yeah, clarinet, oboe, saxophone, bassoon, all those instruments with a single reed or double reed, like you have to actually put the mouthpiece in your mouth, and that was just so weird for me. Eating my instrument. Yeah, there's definitely a trick to it. A lot of people, their first instinct is to like blow air into the instrument because that's literally how all of the other instruments work. But flutes, you don't do that. If I had to venture a guess, that's probably why you had some trouble. I won't assume, but that typically is what most people struggle with, is like knowing what to do with the air or the airflow. Or like which direction to put it. I tried teaching Satsu the flute. I don't think he was very interested, if I remember. Right? It was like years ago.
I remember playing. I don't remember.
I mean, you don't play it anymore, so probably wasn't too much interest.
What am I?
Yeah, what are you interested in, Setsu? The workaholic and a workoutaholic. Sleepaholic. Not anymore.
Alcoholic?
He's like, alcoholic? Derp.
Oh no.
What is that? Well, oh my gosh. More things I've never heard of. A shofar? No, what's a shofar? What is it? Where is it from? Oops, wrong button. There we go. I'm just gonna erase little bits of gray. Just a little. Not gonna worry about getting all of it. Because then I'm gonna go over it again with the black. Cover up the last little sections that are grayed out. Because this layer is supposed to be black only. No gray, no white. Holes. Black lines. I wish I could like just cut out all the perfectly black pixels. But when I tried to separate this image apart, I wasn't able to save it. Like, see how the gray is still here and I'm like erasing it now? Because of this image. Original. So much gray stuck to it. Jewish ritual horn. Wow, so you can play brass instruments and woodwind instruments and clarinet. Oh, 2 woodwinds and 1 brass. That's really neat. Where did you learn that? Was this all like at school? All 3? Or no, wait. You said the one you got at a store. This is so wild. That's cool how musical you are. I used to be very musical as well, and I really enjoyed it. I kind of gave it up in order to make time for other things, like going to university, and then pretty much ever since then, I haven't given myself that time back. So I haven't done like, which is, it's been a while now. Like I've had my degrees and just alone for some holidays. Wait, I want to see a SHOFAR. Shofar blowing? It's a horn! Performed during Rosh Hashanah. Made from a ram's horn. Jewish law requires that the shofar be blown 30 times on each day of Rosh Hashanah, and by custom, it is blown 100 or 101 times on each day. What? That sounds like work. They're so thin. I'm looking at these pictures right now. Middle school clarinet, Zayfun for fun at afterwards, and shofar because Jewish. They're not that hard to blow. I feel like, but it's so small. Like just the embouchure you have to make, like this boy's mouth is so like look at the muscles on his face. He's like really puffing out his cheeks and stuff and like clenching. Like that looks hard to me. At least as a flute player, like the way my face is shaped, anything where you have to do like a really tiny face like this and like really clench the sides of your lips, that's like the opposite of what flute players do. Wow. Yeah, it looks like he's playing the trumpet pretty much. Fun fact, actually, at one point I was really interested in learning how to play the trumpet, and I asked my band director about it, and he like yelled at me and was like, "No, you're not allowed." And I was like, "What the fuck? What? I thought you'd be excited. I want to learn like more musical instruments. You would think you would be more supportive." And he's like, "No, you're not allowed to play the trumpet. If you want to play something brass, it has to be a tuba." And I was like, "Excuse me? What?" But that's when he taught me that apparently the embouchure, meaning the shape your mouth has to take to play the instrument, the embouchure for a flute player uses the opposite muscles as the embouchure for a trumpet player. So if by learning one, you destroy your ability to play the other well, which I had no idea. But the embouchure for flute and tuba are the same because you have to actually relax certain muscles. T is for tuba. Yeah, but I had no idea for the longest time. I was like, why are you so mad at me? He didn't want me to ruin my flute skills. Like clarinet and trumpet people play, and then flute and tuba people play, but they tend to not mix them together if they know that fact. Don't know, just play whatever. But I don't know. I thought it was really interesting, at least. Say the least. It doesn't look hard though. It just looks like you have to be really tense to play the shofar. I'd love to see it. Never seen it before. Oh man. We're just scrolling along, doing all kinds of Tracy things. Whoops. I don't feel like I'm burning out doing this, but it sure is tedious. Have some more gray stuff. Then we black it up again to make sure there's definitely no more gray left behind. Yo! I've got some really chill Spotify tunes on. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to listen to them with me. You would think I actually did that. Here, let me show you my original progress here. I will take all that purple. Sorry for the abrupt color changes. So, this is the original, right? And then I went into some settings up here and was like, make it black and white. So then it changed to be black and white. And that's great. And then I was like, oh, well, there's so many different tones of gray. Like, there's so many different grays just all in here because of the shading. I didn't like it. I decided if I'm going to turn this into like something like I can print easily on paper or on like a business card or something, I really want to make it just 3 colors. So here's the 3-tone test. I've got white, gray, and black. And as you can see, when I put this filter on the normal black and white version, it got really messy. Like, really messy. It's nice because you can see the highlights in the hair and stuff, and you can see the shadows on the face or the skin. But it's really like uneven. Like, there's all these little stray pixels and scribbly bits that are not clean anymore. And so that's what caused me problems. I told it select only gray and make this, right? And it got most of it, but I think because the lines weren't clean, it wasn't able to select perfectly every single pixel. And I don't know enough about Photoshop to find a way to fix that, if that's even possible. So I have my gray, and I also selected my white, which, as you can see, the edges of the white have freaking gray stuck to it. So if I put the purple in, you'll really see it. There's like gray lines bordering all of this crap. So it's really annoying, but I don't know what tools I'm not using properly that would help me solve this problem. And then, that's the white, and then the black. If I show you the black and purple background again, you'll see like here, there's some gray that's stuck to that as well. Yeah, it's so tedious, and I know I'm being stupid, but like I have no idea what I'm doing. I feel like I spend hours and days on projects that could take probably 20 minutes, but I just don't know enough. I'm too new. It's unfortunate, and the only good thing that comes out of it is if I turn it into a stream, I have company, people get to chat, we get to have our social space here, and like maybe, just maybe, we'll all learn something. You know, maybe messing around in settings and stuff, we'll discover something. Every once in a while, someone will pop in and be like, oh, why don't you just, and like they know some secret I don't know, and it's amazing. So, and it's nice to catch up too, because like I streamed yesterday and it was just video game nonsense and it was fun, but we didn't get to like interact or chat much. So it's really nice being able to do like Photoshop stuff because you can slow it down a lot. I don't know. There's definitely good and bad of all this tediousness. It's definitely tiresome after a point, though. I guess if anything, on the upside, I get to clean up my lines. So if I want to adjust something, I can adjust something because I'm in here in the trenches doing all of this work. No. I've tried researching how to do color selection, and I've seen videos and I've tried, and this is basically what I've ended up with. I would tell you what it was that I did, but it's so long ago now, I actually don't remember it. I don't think I would be able to aptly describe how I did color selection to identify a single color and then cut and paste it into a new layer. I feel like what I did probably was use the magic wand tool stuff, but I don't know. I can't remember. How you doing, Setsu? Play with Cora. Go out, stay warm. Legotic Spy, if you don't mind me asking, if you're still here, what kind of Photoshop projects did you like to do back when you used it? Sounds like the way you phrase things, you don't really use Photoshop too much anymore. But kind of just like drawing. I don't have skills enough to like edit things. Like if someone were to ask me like, "Oh, can you fix this?" I'd be like, "Nope." But I like creating new drawings from scratch just cuz it's within my realm of abilities. My friend Sebastian gave me a tablet, which has helped a lot cuz I can draw freehands now instead of using a mouse. Being left-handed and trying to draw with a mouse with my right hand, that used to be really hard. You think I'm taking a long time now doing stuff? Oh my god, you should have seen it back when I was using the mouse. It was just like torture. Like, I don't actually think I know too many people who use Photoshop. My mom was an art teacher, so I know art stuff, but she didn't ever do digital art. Only painting and drawing mostly. Oh, you still use it! For comics and simplistic things, you'll do painting. Oh, in Paint, like Microsoft Paint? No way. Oh my god, we're there prepared. Hey, Scally! How are you? Scal, what country are you reporting in from? Are you home? I can't remember now. Oh my goodness. Sorry, no face cam today. I'm being lazy. I'm dressed. I just Okay, you're in Scotland. Well, I'm glad you're home. I hope you're comfy. Hope the doggo's comfy too. How are you doing, dear? I'm trying to fix up this Buckethead thing. So I have a very clean looking black and white version in addition to the color version. That's my current little icon in the bottom. Oh, it's taking forever. I'm probably gonna finish the black lines and then be done for today. Because I also have white ones to clean up and then gray ones to clean up. And then I have to look at them all together and see if, you know, it's good. It's gonna take me the rest of my life to finish this damn project. Okay. Getting rid of some gray lines that snuck into the... Fix it up so they look kind of relatively straight-ish. Not majorly lumpy. Aww. Spoiled doggo. Yeah, Cora's kind of spoiled too. I think I'm good. I'm back to work now, which is something new. I haven't been at work since December, but I started back up again in August. And so far, all of the teachers are absolutely miserable. But on the upside, that's actually made my job a bit easier. Since everyone else is miserable, they're too busy to make me miserable. It's been helping me out a lot. Oh, I feel really bad about it just because I don't ever wish negative things on people that have no bearing on my existence, but now that they're struggling, it's definitely been easier for me to get my job done. That's funny. Look on every week. Oh my. Wow. That's like a real ass job. Do you get paid to do that? Am I even allowed to ask things like that? You can tell me to shut up. By the way, I don't know where the lines are, but if you don't want to answer any personal questions, don't worry about it. But that sounds cool. It sounds like fun. Um, Scale, yeah, I don't know. It's messy. Like work is bad, but I'm doing okay. I will say this week was rough. I took off Monday. I really hurt my neck this last weekend. I don't know what happened, but I like woke up one day and like I was like crying in pain, which normally doesn't happen. It was terrible. And it was so bad I actually took off work on Monday. Uh and then there was like a special day on Tuesday where the students didn't come to work. It was like teachers only and we went to like meetings and stuff. So Monday and Tuesday I didn't have any students. But then Wednesday and Thursday I started having like panic attacks, like a lot of them. Uh so it kind of felt like skydiving, you know, your heart's racing and you feel like you're about to die, but like you're not going to hit the ground for a while kind of thing. But today was good. I'll tell you, I did not have any panic attacks today, so I'm happy about that. I was worried they was going to start haunting me again and like keep coming back. Speaking of skydiving though, are you bringing up skydiving cuz you're trying to tell me you went skydiving? Like what? Is there a secret message in there? Oops. Yeah, thank you. Oops. Oops. Eh. What's so difficult? Yeah. Yeah. So ugly. This line is so lumpy. I'm a mess. Try not to breathe so I don't mess it up. So wiggly. Okay. All your panic attacks skydiving. Or describe skydiving. Yeah? That's a pretty good description. And it's the theme of the year, I think. A lot of people are saying they're getting panic attacks. Like when I go into work, there's like some teachers that get them. I get them. I was saying earlier tonight, like I have a student who gets them like every single day. She misses so many class sessions because of it. I feel bad. Friends are people too. Yeah, I'd say that's a win. Do you publish your comics somewhere? Kelly Lagonic and I were talking about like doing drawings. If I don't know if you can see the chat from earlier, but it says doing a weekly comic every Monday. That's some hardcore stuff, just for fun. Lagoticmoon.com. Oh, thank you. Happy. Ooh. I have no idea what is going on in today's comic. If you know, feel free to let me know. You're welcome. Okay, I like it. Comics and poetry. Aw, by the moon. Poetry collection. Make America great casseroles again. Collection Beyond the Bog of Ghosts and Dreams. S is for wait, what? Sonnet. More. Oh, dude. I'm excited. Thank you for sharing that. Uh Am I allowed to show it on stream? I know you put the link on stream so that, like, obviously it's out there now, but can't I have it off screen right now? It looks cool. You've lost your muse for now? What kind of painting do you like to do? Watercolor? Acrylic? Guessing not oil. Most people don't do oil. My mom really likes watercolors. I could see you being like Bob Ross, Skelly. Just your thing. Chill. Enjoying it. I feel like it would be soothing and fun to watch you paint. Okay. Ah. Alright, let me get around the top of this bucket and then I'll pull it up. I want to see. I didn't like click on anything yet. I was just looking at the first page and then the titles. Stop being so lumpy. Painting models. Why didn't I think of that? I feel like I knew that too. Yeah, like not Warhammer. I used to know people who did like a lot of Warhammer model painting. They were like crazy about it and spent tons of money on the models and the paints. Come on, there we go. Look it. It's so cute. From Monday this week. Some days. Reminds me of a fish. Big fish. Random. Red Mountains. If I forget to make a comic today, come looking for me in these red mountains, and maybe I'll come up with something before I fall asleep. For some reason, I had the hardest time making this comic. When I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong, I couldn't get the comic's text to show up, almost just gave up. Somehow this comic has arrived for you to look at. I blame it on these imaginary mountains. It in this case can be this comic or the difficulties I had making this comic. Choose one and be proud of your choice. Be opinionated. I love it. Oh my god, these are so fun. That was from August this year. Random. Not just Warhammer. That's the majority of. That is the majority. Anything from 28mm scale to life size. Do you have life size models in your home? Bro, no. I need to get a drink in the middle of the night. I'm thirsty. I want to get up out of bed. And there better not be some freaking life size model with like a weapon and armor and shit lurking about. No. Come on. Oh my god. Please say no. Wind howls across the sea, surrounding waves and destiny, where futures meet uncertainty. I'm off to find adventure. Oh, this reminds me of One Piece. Little person in a little boat, off and away. Oh, okay, life-size bust, that's fine. As long as it's not life-size, like, full body model. That would be my complete and utter nightmare. I don't think I'd ever come see you if there was a body in there. A bust is cool though. Do you ever sculpt as well, or is it just a bust that you can get like from a model making company? Like, how does that work? Man, I had no idea you did life size stuff. Find it first, maybe let me know. Predalien for the local comic book? What? That's really cool. I wonder if they still have it out. I love stuff like that. Hmm. Head turns into a balloon on a blue moon. Always a tragedy when you lose your head. You look for it in the sock drawer with borrowed. Finding nothing, you think to cry, but that voids the term of service for the eyes you borrowed. You lawyer up, but your top-notch law expert turns out to be the personification of a potato chip, only pretending to have passed the bar. You lose in the court of public opinion, and people throw basketballs at your head. You follow the trail of tossed spears to where it bends in the undergrowth. There, chatting with daisies in the moss, you find your head. Will you come back with me? You ask. Nope, it replies, because it knows how a good tragedy is supposed to end. Oh no. This is so good. Where does this text come from? Is this from is this brain content? It's so fun and like out of nowhere. I like balloons. Oops. I like balloons and Baloo. Baloo. You write them. Oh, that's so cool. I'm really entertained. I like this a lot. It's in the store window. Hell yes, Kelly. And cosplay work? Oh, wow. They must really love that. Can you imagine? Your friend paints you like some cool design mask or a cosplay piece, and you get to walk around and flaunt it all over the place? That sounds so fun. I bet they love it. Yeah, I really like them. Oh, these colors, the blue and purple. I like it. Sometimes I think that the world is upside down, but I guess that doesn't really matter. As long as I don't fall up. I'd like to thank bird number 1 for their assistance in making the blue expanses of the sky slash mountains look like some sort of whale slash creature slash thing. My personal headcanon is that both birds are the same bird. But in case I am wrong about that, I would also like to thank bird number 2 for their excellent assistance as well. Way to go, birds. Wait. This is a bird? This is one bird? No, that's the bird. That's the other bird. I was like, wait a minute. How is this a bird? Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, okay. The bird kind of looks like an eye. That's really cute. These are fun. Thanks for sharing, Logotic. Yeah, that was definitely cool. As you can see, I have like a cajillion tabs open of like a lot of different things. It was over 100. Now we're back to like probably the 50s, maybe 40s. I'll leave it open for a while. I'll explore through there. Just about every single tab is like a task I have to complete or something that I need to keep open to remind myself to keep doing it. Or like just in case things. Like one of them is like 101 grounding techniques. And it's like, you know, if I'm having a panic attack or something, I can just look at that and be like, what the fuck should I do? And then do something from the list. don't use it a lot though, but I don't close it just in case. You know, it's just one of those things. I also have the same tab open on my phone in case I'm out somewhere. I'm super prepared. Yeah, same, Skel. I try to leave things in the browser so that I don't have that problem when I'm trying to sleep. Now, you know, it kind of works because I don't end up thinking about the things that are left open in my browser that are on my to-do list. I usually end up thinking about things that just piss me the hell off or upset me. Like how the bosses at work are being abusive or tone deaf to the needs of the employees, stuff like that. Like I'll just go round and round. Like I literally have a meeting scheduled with my boss to get in trouble. I'm not in trouble yet, but Tuesday next week at like 11:30 a.m. I am scheduled to get in trouble. I'm not kidding. I wrote on some paperwork that we are required to write on. You know, what are some problems you're having in your group of teachers that all do the same thing? So like me and the other French teacher, we're like in a group together. What are some problems you guys are facing and how do you plan to fix it? So the problem is, you know, we don't have enough students in comparison to previous years. So like 6 years ago, we probably had double the amount of students taking French as we do now, which is a really negative statistic. Losing half of your kids, that sucks. So I wrote down the solution would be to stop the systematic destruction of the French program, and I'm going to get in trouble for having written that. But it's true. Like they cut some of the classes out that we teach and haven't they've then offered the classes to students but only through online programs that we don't teach, but they didn't ask us what online programs are good and which ones are trash, and they just gave them the trash ones without even like knowing that it's trash. So then the kids who do the online programs get screwed. It's like kind of ridiculous. And then like I think I told you at one point they had me doing like English as a second language, even though I'm not even certified to do that, and cut some classes so I could do that for a few years. You know, this is the bosses making bad decisions. They really did make all those decisions. And it really was completely out of my control, all of those things. But I'm going to get in trouble for saying that it happened on Tuesday at 11:30. Like, okay, I can't make this shit up. I'm not a rebel. I'm just someone who wants to keep my job and not have to worry about it. Like, if someone in some fucking office is gonna make these decisions and that potentially puts my livelihood at risk, I'm going to say something about it because I don't want my livelihood to be at risk. It's kind of like an obvious thing that I should do. Or it wouldn't make sense to do. So I do it. Like, oh, let me show you something. Shit, wait, I gotta put it on my BRB page because I don't know if it's gonna show something weird. Hang on, I'm still here. Ooh, it was gonna show something weird. Alright, wait. I'm opening something that I want to show you. Found it. Logotic Spy, it's fine. You probably don't want this many tabs. Because to be fair, it slows down my computer a lot. Alright, are you ready for this? Here is what I wanted to show you. If you think I'm a rebel for complaining that our French program is being decimated outside of our control, then you will love this. So the backstory behind this poster is the teachers where I work are getting in trouble, and sometimes it's for good reason, and sometimes it's just like kind of out of nowhere and very unexpected, and actually what the teacher is being disciplined for actually is something that doesn't exist. So for example, my friend, the Latin teacher, was pulled into the office after being told something along the lines of like, oh, we need to talk. He doesn't know what's wrong. He goes to the office and they tell him, a parent complained about you because you said their kid is not paying attention in class. They were offended that the Latin teacher told the parent that they need help with the kid. Like, it's stupid. So, yeah. Because a Latin teacher was trying to help and do his job, he got in trouble. And they didn't even tell him before the meeting what the meeting was about. And that's not fair. And they were like, don't you know how to teach? Didn't you pay attention to the training that we went to this week? Didn't you learn good strategies to be more engaging? This student's probably not paying attention just because you're being boring. If you would just stop lecturing for so long, the kid would probably have a better time and you wouldn't have to worry about him being disruptive in class. And like, that's so inappropriate because the principal, the person who was disciplining the Latin teacher, they never actually came to the class to see what was really happening. They just assumed that the Latin teacher was shitty and not good at teaching. And like, well, they hired him. So didn't they think he was good then when they chose him to teach instead of someone else? Like, that's stupid. So, long story short, where I work, the people who are in like management positions are not being respectful of our own like humanity and dignity. So I made this poster. I plan to put it in a public space in the building. And I'm hoping that it's not seen as condescending, but it might be. And I kind of don't care that much, but I'm hoping it has a positive reaction from the people who read it. The only reason I'm making it is because I think the principals are doing a shit job. The bosses are doing a shit job, and they really need to be more sensitive. So this says, we need to talk. It's like what people say when they scare the shit out of someone else because they have a problem. We address our life partners, our children, and our friends with care because we recognize their feelings and see them as people dear to us. Remember to offer the same dignities and thoughtfulness to your students or teachers, your fellow colleagues or classmates, and your employees or employers. No one deserves to be ambushed, blindsided, or left waiting with their anxiety. Keep it short, but be specific. Love all humans. And then I added this little fucking picture of Charlie Brown. This was like the episode where I think it's called like the caring tree. I don't really remember what happens, but yeah, something along the lines of like you write something nice and then put it on the tree, or say something nice and then put it on the tree. I can't. And then I made some examples of when people might be able to say they need something, but then be specific. So this is like maybe what you'd say with your partner. Like, my in-laws are crossing a personal boundary and I need your help this weekend. This would be like for your child. Mommy gets upset when, I don't know, you do something bad. You and I are gonna blah, blah, blah to make her feel better. This would be like with a friend. It hurt my feelings when you, I don't know, called me stupid at the football game. Can we talk about it? This would be like for a student who's causing problems. I noticed that you are being an asshole in class to Susie earlier. Let's discuss it privately in the hall. This would be another one to the student. It looks like you need some help with, I don't know, addition and subtraction in math. Let's find ways to practice after class together. Or flex is just what we call like the get help period. Like if you, it's not like class time exactly, but it's like tutoring time. Sometimes they call it flex. This would be like things with the boss to the employee. A parent called and complained about blah, blah, blah. Let's meet and problem solve together. there's a problem with some form you filled out because you wrote something I don't like, aka destruction of the French program. I'm setting a meeting for next week so we can troubleshoot. I'm just like, fuck, I'm so over it. I really want to post this where the principals will see it. So they either are like, wow, we really like this. It's so helpful. We should tell everyone to read it. Or they'll be like, fuck, we're bad at being like bosses. Maybe we should be better. Or maybe they get offended by it and it bothers them. Any of those reactions would be worth it for me because that means it hit a nerve or left an impact of some sort. It'll get them thinking about it, talking about it. Hopefully it'll help. You're right though, Skill. That's exactly what I told my friend when he was venting about the story that happened to him. I'm like, and what made it worse was the person disciplining him, the boss, manager, whatever, they were like, okay, we already asked all the other teachers that this student sees throughout the week if they have any problems with the student. And they said, no, he only is misbehaving in your class, so it must be a you problem. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, dude, what if the kid just doesn't like that class? You know, it's a mandatory class. Because my friend's the Latin teacher, but he also teaches history, and it's his history class where the kid's being bad. Like, you have to take history, so, or at least so many years of it. And this kid's only in like, I think he's like 14. So he's not done yet. I think you have to take history till you're at least like 16. So it's just like absurd to say like, oh yeah, it's your fault. Because like, it's a mandatory class. It's not like it's Latin where the person can be like choosing whether they take it or not. It's unbelievable how people are being treated where I work. And like everyone's just so fed up. But that's basically what I was telling you earlier. Everyone's so miserable. There's so many teachers that are getting in trouble for things that don't make sense, like this. They're kind of like just losing their brains right now. Whoops. I'm really lucky. I didn't realize how bad it was, but every day I go to work, I learn a new story of something that sounds just like what the one I was just telling you, where it's like completely irrational. And the teacher's not able to advocate for themselves because they're just in trouble and the principals don't want to listen. I count myself very lucky because I haven't had any of those conversations this year. It's actually the first year I haven't. Really? Oh no, I lied. I got in trouble about keys. But that problem resolved itself, so it's not like anything lingering. What do you mean kids might react differently to different subjects and times of day? Weird, that can't be right. I love that. It's such a good expression of sarcasm. Holy shit. Seriously, it's like, I don't know what's happened to the people I work for, but they've really lost it. I don't know, because I actually enjoy working with 2 out of the 4 bosses that I have in this particular building. I have 3 bosses in another building, and 2 more in another building. I think I have like 9 bosses all total. But in this one place that's having so many problems, half of the people who are considered bosses are actually really good at their jobs. So I'm kind of in shock now how bad it's become. I feel like the stress from COVID has just completely fried their brains. Like they're not thinking, they're not processing, they're not making sense out of like the situations that they're facing. And it really shows. Oh, you made sure your teachers knew it, you bad kid. That's hardcore. Well, then I'm glad that they got kicked out. Damn. That's kind of scary. You can't do that stuff. Yeah, we don't have anything too drastic like that happening around here. Most teachers, the worst thing most teachers will do will be like, sorry, you're too late. I'm not grading that. And like maybe the kid did something to perfection. And they'll be like, well, you handed it in more than 2 days late. Oh, well, you still have a 0. And it's like, what? Why would you punish a kid for putting in all that work, even if it's just a little bit late? Even if it's a lot late? Like, who cares? They put in the effort. Like, give them at least some feedback so they know if they're doing a good job or not. Like, that's why so many students don't learn anything. It's because the teachers don't provide adequate support. They would rather punish a student for being late than helping them learn or improve. The other thing that teachers do around where I am is that's like probably one of the worst things is like lecturing. So instead of making activities for students to do that gets them to explore new information and maybe, I don't know, challenge their ideas or have them practice working together with other students or, you know, things you might do in a school. A lot of teachers will just stand around and either read from a PowerPoint or literally just talk. Just talk for like 70 minutes straight. And the kids are supposed to just sit there and write down information that the teacher said. It's like having an audiobook that never stops. If you miss something they say, then you don't ever learn it. It's so stupid. Like my classes, I'll show my kids some new things. We'll like practice saying it out loud so they know what it sounds like in French. And then I have them do some, like a couple of, like just a few practices with me before I am confident that they'll be able to handle it in small groups. And then they break apart. They might do something individually. They might talk to a partner in French. They might do some stuff in like groups. But like I'm not standing at the front of the class fucking lecturing the whole time. The lecturing is definitely one of the worst things that happens where I work. Damn, that's too thick. Holy shit! Wow. I just read that. Holy crap. Croissant, croissant, c'est un croissant. Une baguette, un croissant, le pain au chocolat. Now it's a crescent. A crescent roll. Yeah. I don't go around teaching my kids bonjour. You know? Bonjour, class. Comment ça va? We don't do that cowboy shit in my class. We actually speak in like France French. I'll have you know, I do have an accent, like an American accent while I'm speaking in French, but at times when I'm really trying, it's pretty minimal. The point where when I was living in France, and chatting with people who are just French people, they'd be like, oh, you have a bit of an accent. Which part of France are you from? They wouldn't be like, which country are you from? They thought I was from France, but just had like a regional accent that they weren't familiar with because they're from where they're from and didn't know every region. I was like, that's fucking cool. I used to be really proud of that. Croissant is the worst. Croissant. Oh, it's the worst way I've heard it. Yeah, ew. I as a teacher, I'll tell you, I've definitely heard some bad stuff for pronunciation. It can be very messy. Um, Although I do love teaching words that are cognates, meaning they sound similar to a word that in a language that we know other than French. So English maybe, or Spanish maybe. So for example, a word that I taught today to my beginner class is la botte. I will write it in chat for you. La botte. They loved it because they're 13. La botte. It is the word for the boot that you wear on your feet when it's cold out. The boot. But la botte we learned because like it's useful when it's actually useful to talk about verbs, because when you're looking at conjugating verbs and like patterns and stuff, like they just learned how to conjugate er verbs today. And dans la botte, il y a les verbes qui ne changent pas la prononciation. You've got better have fun teaching them chat, yeah, because it looks like chat. I actually don't have too many problems with that. But yeah, the like in for the verbs like aimer, to like, I like is j'aime. You like tu aimes. He likes il aime. She likes elle aime. It's all like m. They like ils aiment. It all sounds the same. So like whenever you write all the different forms out, you have like the left side and the right side, the singular side of subjects like I, you, and he and she. And then the right side's like plural, like we and they and you guys. So if you draw a boot, you can like the entire left side is in the boot, and then just the bottom of the right side is in the boot. And then there's a couple that don't fit that are hovering above the boot. Anything that fits inside that boot for these types of verbs that I was teaching today, they all have the same pronunciation. So I'm like, look at this pattern. This pattern looks like a boot. If you remember that the boot is these sets of words, you don't have to remember anything else. The boot means they all have the same pronunciation. And they're like, oh, thank God, because there's like all these different ways to spell words when you put them in a sentence. So, you know, I love like teaching la botte is fun, teaching le phoque, le baby phoque, which is a baby seal, or le phoque would be like your adult seal, the animal. A student desk is really fun. Like, you know, those desks where like the chair is attached. That's called le pupitre. And they're like, did you just say the poopy? And I'm like, oh my God. It can be really fun. Wow, you speak Polish? Setsu's playing Apex and he's gonna try and whisper through it. There's no way. Be prepared, he may start screaming. He cannot contain himself when he plays with his friend. Oh, you like the ones that sound like the same? I hate that. It's so hard. I was just playing on Duolingo, and I'll tell you, like, that app, they have little speaking portions where they speak to you and you have to transcribe what you heard. And sometimes it's really hard. Dictation is really difficult. Yeah, because there's just so many words that sound like the other words. Like, there's. Sorry, there's like something stuck in my throat. I gotta type something out, but I need accent marks. Oh wait, no. Oh my god, I said the wrong thing. Idiot. This word means sure. And this word means top. The first one's a mistake. Sûr means sure, and sûr, the one without the accent mark, means like on. And they sound the same, except one has a little line on top. It's like, oh my goodness, how are you supposed to remember that? How many words in French are like tante? Yeah. Or like, now I can think of one. Verre is like a glass, and then vert is the color green, and then. Are you triggering me? Okay. So that's you talking about triggering people. I'm like, is he about to troll me right now? And then vert is like toward. It's so evil. I love it though. It kind of reminds me of like Cantonese or Chinese. A lot of Chinese languages have shit like that where it's like the same word, but if you use a different tone, it has a different meaning. Like the number 4 and the word for death in Cantonese are both say, but if you say say with an upwards tone or say like with a kind of downward / flat tone, one of them means 4, the number, and one of them means dead or death. Like, so, you know, because they're so similar, the number 4 in Chinese culture is considered an unlucky number because it sounds so close to the word for death. So, you know, it's kind of interesting to see how like these things affect each other. Like, for example, the luckiest number in Chinese culture is 8, which is ba. And I think it's because it's similar to the word for like gold or rich or wealth. It's some sort of money symbol. Yeah, I've seen them too. It's actually so funny. But yeah, I kind of like those things because they're interesting, but at the same time, I kind of hate them because it makes things so difficult. All right, I'm doing more talking than I am doing work here. I feel like the stream is about to end. And it's not because I don't like talking, but I like to do both at the same time. And if I'm not doing both, that probably means I'm burning out a little bit. And I like to pay attention to that, just so I don't burn out for real. Depending on body language. Wow. Yeah, that sounds really stressful. Oh my god. That reminds me of when I got certified to teach. I I had to take all these tests and stuff. Like some of them were just like, "Oh, do you know how to not be a shitty teacher? Can you be a good teacher?" Those ones I passed no problem. But I was so nervous for the French ones, like the language ones. Like one of the tests was a speaking test and you had to do it over the phone because that way you wouldn't be able to rely on body language or facial expressions. It was nothing but the words in your ear. And that was it. Oh god. I remember I was so nervous. They start out with easy questions. Just be like, "Oh, well," cuz they call from like internationally. They're like, "Oh, where are you right now? Oh, what's the weather like? What time is it where you are?" You know, just very simple, obvious, basic level things. And I remember by the end of the like interview slash exam,
I didn't go anywhere.
they were asking me about like politics and stuff, and I remember talking about the bees, like environmental stuff and like saving the earth. It was so specific. I was just like, holy shit, what am I even saying? I passed with flying colors. uh I don't think I'm at that level anymore because I don't get to speak and practice with actual French speakers. I only talk to my own students, so they're pretty much only ever as good as I am. Uh, but yeah, I can definitely understand that. Yeah, you did. You had some background knowledge already. Wait, no, not Gaelic. What am I thinking of? What's the one that starts with a D? Because I knew you knew another language that starts with a D, and I was like, oh, is that Gaelic? And you're like, no, 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 that's something else.
If we have to.
I'm curious though, who did you speak to in Polish on the phone? Like, that's so random. Doric! Thank you.
Oh,
That's not something I really know much about, so I tend to forget the word for it.
what do you need?
Like, I actually never heard of Doric until I met you.
Okay, come to my corner.
Do you hear Setsu? He's getting excited already. It's their first game. It's so cute. Uh, this has been such a fun stream. I'm so glad you're here. There's Polish people in UK. I think there's a lot of Polish people here too. I think Poland has had problems with, or no, wait. We have a lot of Polish people, but I was about to say something about Ukraine by mistake. Because I know the people of Ukraine had problems with Russia controlling them and like abusing the country. Well, if Poland has the same issues. I feel like I might be wrong. Doric only became a recognized language a few years back, but it was seen as a regional dialect until then. Oh. Well, I'm glad that they have their own visibility and status now. I know erasure of cultures and languages happens really easily because governments don't recognize their existence formally. So that's really cool. There's so many languages that have kind of like died off. France was brutal with doing that to a lot of regional languages that are real languages and like independent of French, related to but independent from. And France is like, nope, we're gonna preserve our heritage, quote unquote, by only preserving the main language. China's doing the same fucking thing with preserving Mandarin and basically disallowing anyone from teaching anything else. Kind of messed up. And we're doing the same thing here, which is crazy because we don't even have a national language in the United States. And in 2000 and I want to say 2006, but I might be wrong. George Bush mandated that all education public education must be in English. So that made things really complicated when we had like bilingual schools or immersion schools. I don't know what happened to them. I know they still exist, but I think they had to get like special permission. Poland was a former Soviet bloc, but now for a hot minute. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that might be one of the reasons why there's so many Polish people. Because at least with residents of the United States, a lot of times the people who move from other places in droves to come live here, It's basically like trying to come to the promised land. Like, oh, if you go to America, you can get a good job. Oh, you can get a good future if you go to America. That's what people in the 80s used to tell each other. Oh, let's just go to America. It'll be better. So, I feel like a lot of people left hoping for something better. So, there's lots of communities from different cultures. And it's like they come in waves. Like right now, or the last few years, it's been like Chinese people, and Indian people coming for industry. Oops. Back in the 80s, it was a lot of Cantonese Chinese people trying to escape Mao Zedong. Crazy. An example of Doric. Read the CHs as the phlegmy sound, not like church. I'm fair for Forkin. I'm awa ben flaky. That sentence means I'm very tired. I'm going to my bed. Huh. That kind of looks Germanic. Hmm.
Oh shit, no, they're. Oh.
I'm trying to analyze it without really knowing any background information or background knowledge. I'm guessing I'm fair is that I'm very. And then fair is probably a grammatical term required in order to combine the beginning with the Forkin. Blah. Forkin? Sounds like fucking the way I'm saying it. I'm saying it in a way that sounds German. It's an amalgamation of Gaelic, English, and Old Norse. Okay. Yeah, because the structure of it kind of looks Englishy. And Old Norse. Actually, English has roots in Old Norse, so that makes sense. So cool. It's meant to sound like fucking. Okay, so. Alright. I'm like staring it down, like, I'm pretty sure that's what it sounds like, according to Skelly's advice on pronunciation. Okay. I think I actually got rid of all the gray stuff. Maybe. Almost. Oh my god, that took how long? That took me 2 hours to do that. Holy shit. Did I miss anything? Probably. One of these days, I'll have so much more time and I will truly learn all the ins and outs of Photoshop. I'll be a pro. That'll be my new job after I quit teaching. I'll be a Photoshop. I'm totally kidding, but that'd be super cool if that actually happens. Alright, so black's done. Next time we do gray and white. And as you can see, I'll need to fill in some spaces. I'll need to really make sure that there's no holes in between. So you can see the purple coming through. I'll have to be super careful about that and make sure all those spots are filled in. Because the purple is not going to stay. That's just for me to know if there's holes in my picture. Looks like there's over enunciate the oh. I'm guessing it's guttural. Like hold it almost like you're saying fucking. So you have to really drop your jaw for that one. Fucking. I'd love to hear you say it sometime. You should make like a recording. Oh dude, would you ever consider making little lessons, like little YouTube videos or something?
Yeah, I know.
That'd be so fun. Have fluency in that language, in Doric. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, that was fun. I definitely need a break from Photoshop though. My eyes are fried. Garlic has a lot of letter holding. So does Finnish, I think. When I'm listening to Acid speak to his cousin, it sounds like there's a lot of jaw dropping, vowel holding sounds, like especially the ones that have the umlaut, like words that have the accent mark with the 2 dots over top of a vowel. I feel like that does it a lot. Alright. Wrong button! Gosh, there's like almost no one on right now. Even Star Fox isn't streaming. I swear he's always streaming, but not right now. Damn! That's a bummer. My favorite phrase in Gaelic. Why? I feel like I need to know what it means first. And I'm saying Gaelic because I think that's what I was told it should sound like. Everyone in the United States calls it Gaelic, including myself. It means don't be silly, but it's pronounced like nah be Gaelic. I googled it and it was like tip, search for English results only. You can specify your search language and preferences. I don't know what I found, but it doesn't look like it looks like Polish or something. But I don't think it is. Gaelic like garlic, not like Gaelic. Yeah, I don't know why. I think that we have phonetic pronunciation like GAE is gay, I think, in English, American English. So I think that's just our assumed pronunciation. We have a lot of stuff like that though. Like, for example, everyone calls the capital of France Paris. They say the S. Like, everyone knows it's Paris, right? They could at least call it Paris. Like, even with the American R instead of the French R, right? Paris. But no. Everyone just says Paris. It sounds disgusting compared to what like it's actually supposed to sound like. So I totally get it. Americans just use whatever phonetic system they use and just say all the letters however it is they feel like. Southern Scots say, yeah. I don't know. I guess it's just the distribution and redistribution and redistribution of knowledge and words. Stuff just gets scrambled along the way. I get it, but it'd still be nice to preserve things at least a little. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. It is 9 p.m. my time. That's 1 hour before my bedtime. So gotta make sure to do something actiony, relaxy, fun, interesting. But it's not gonna be on stream. Anglified a lot here, yeah. I mean, we're both English speakers. I'm not surprised. Thank you for stopping in, though, Skelly. Everyone, that was so nice to see. Big Dad, Setsu. Who else we got? Legotic Spy, Jello, Tiberius, Tony, Star Fox. There were quite a few friends. Acid, too. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a very good evening. And of course, thanks for watching.